What's up, y'all? It's Frank Dang here with another one. Sixers took a loss yesterday at the end. Down to the wire loss. Man, I was watching the game yesterday and I felt like we were playing good. Even though Detroit was super physical and we were like adjusting to it great because we actually had a great first quarter. Well, I don't remember. I think we had a great first half. We went into the half. We had a great second quarter. We actually went into the half up by 10 points. But that third quarter killed us once again. Us, the worst third quarter team in the whole NBA. Lost that third quarter by like 13 points. 13 points. And went into the fourth quarter down 3. We just didn't have like the weapons, I guess, or we weren't like executing enough to just put our foot on the gas when we had that 10-point lead. And Detroit was just like kind of like coming back to the game little by little until they got back into it and took the lead. So yeah, that was a pretty good game. But man, Maxey, the one thing we could say is like that every game that we've had that's come down to the last shot, we haven't had a great play in the last shot. Maxey got open because he kind of like went through 2 defenders, split 2 defenders and got off a 3. That was a really good look. But that was because of his own ability, not because of the play. The play was kind of like a broken play, basically. So that's the only thing Nick Nurse. I know Nick Nurse has to worry about getting all these players to fit in with each other. But the last play, man, Nick Nurse got to get better with that. Another thing is Jared McCain had a pretty like horrible. He's like not looking like he did last year, but maybe it's because of that knee brace he playing with. But I could tell you this much, that he's not looking like the Jared McCain that was almost Rookie of the Year last year. I think he had no points. He got his shot blocked a couple times and things like that. But hopefully when he rounds back into form, he becomes a better player. Chandon Watford followed his triple-double game and didn't have that much of a good game neither. So we need consistency from that position to pick up wins. But overall, like, we could have won this game. Tyrese Maxey had a great game, but we depend on him so much. I started peeping this, that we depend on him so much in games like this because we really don't got other weapons. If Quentin Grimes ain't hot that game, it's going to be a long night for the Sixers. We had times where we was getting a lot of hustle points and stuff like in the second quarter, but it wasn't because anybody else was hot. It was because we was getting a lot of hustle points. Like the bull, Jabari Walker, he had a pretty good game too, like his best game as a Sixer. But that was because of hustle points to me. But yeah, like we take a loss, drop to 6-4. And those my thoughts for the game is basically that we got to get better as an execution team, and we got to get better as a third quarter team, man. That's another thing. Our third quarters have been horrible to us. I don't know what it is about how we coming out from halftime, but it's not actually good. Like we coming out like super not on, on point, I guess. And not like pushing. Like we were up 10 at halftime. We could have just started. If we would have started the third quarter like pretty like, aggressive. But the thing is, that team was super physical too. They were fouling a lot and they probably got to us, but because we were more of a fast break finesse team, but we had to play physical with them. Detroit's like super becoming like a physical team. And we had our chances where we took leads in the fourth quarter, man, but we just didn't have enough. And that last play, it shouldn't have had come down to the last play, but if you want to say anything, that last play wasn't super executed good. I don't know how most of the plays that we had at the end of the game, like even the game against Boston where Embiid took that heave at the buzzer, and then the other game where they had Maxey all the way in the backcourt and Quentin Grimes caught in the shot of 3. None of these plays, they got to try something else. Like, even though they're 3 different plays, but They got to try something more efficient. Like, maybe these plays are getting ran in practice and executed in practice very good, but it's just not happening during the games. Still an early season. If you would have said we was going to start 6-4 in the first 10 games, anybody would have took it as a Sixers fan. That's a 60% winning percentage. But, you know, as Sixers fans, we want to win every single game, but it seems like that ain't going to happen. But it doesn't happen in 82-game seasons. Ups and downs, ebbs and flows. But we just need to, like, get a little winning streak and get over 500. I don't want to, like, everybody's predicting this team to be a 500 team. I don't want everybody to be right. I want to actually be good back to, like, the 50-win teams that we had. But if that's even possible. But, yeah. Sixers, my recap of the game, it was a super physical game. Maxey had his usual great game. I didn't think he shot too well from three, but he was 4 for 10 when I checked, but maybe he probably ended at least 4 for 12 or something, 4 for 11, or maybe 5 for 12. He still had a pretty good game. I didn't exactly check the stat sheet, but I know that McCain's looking super slow out there, which I understand because he got that knee brace, but since we seen Embiid play with him knee brace for so long, maybe we never gonna understand that. Another thing is that Embiid didn't play last night, so that was like really missing when it comes to like fourth quarter execution. Like we didn't really. Well, Maxey was drawing a lot of double teams, so we really had to try to get that second weapon, and Embiid wasn't there. You know, at the fourth quarter, they're going to start putting pressure and double teaming and stuff like that. So the fact that Embiid wasn't there, that kind of... And then Doran, their center, was getting a lot of buckets, even though Andre Drummond was playing okay with him, against him. But Embiid would have probably gave him a little trouble because he's a big part of their team. But like I said, man, Sixers fall to 6-4. 60% winning percentage in the first 10 games. If we could keep going like this, we'll have a great record. But hopefully we could start, you know what I'm saying, getting a little winning streak together. I'll be here for the next play-by-play. I'm thankful for everybody that keep coming through the lives at night to watch these games. Like, comment, and subscribe. And Sixers fall to 6-4 once again. After a 3-point loss, and Maxey got a good look at the end, but he couldn't tie the game. They were on him, though. He split a double team and still got that shot off, but he couldn't tie the game. See y'all in the next one. Have a great day, everybody. And go Sixers.